What's going on, guys? So this is kind of a follow-up to my steel bumper issue that I shot a video on earlier. Okay, you can see I was trying to not have to paint it, but now I'm at the point where I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna shoot it with some Rust-Oleum bed liner. So what I did is, again, because the first time, let me just kind of backtrack a little bit. The first time I used this JB Weld steel stick, okay, which is what all these holes are filled in with now, okay. And I still swear up and down, but when I drilled it out, it kind of fell apart. I think maybe that has something to do with the fact that usually it sets up in about 5 minutes. It's cured in like a couple hours. But when you dunk it in water, maybe you change the reaction time. So what I did is, you can see I've got them all sanded down now. So now I'm gonna let this sit up overnight. This is Sunday, what is it, the 8th of March or something like that? I don't know. And I'll let it sit up, let all the moisture get out of my JB Weld, my holes, and then I can go ahead and I can drill my hole right to the proper size, which is just a hair smaller than this. And then after I verify that that my sensors will fit in the new holes, then I'll go ahead and I'll shoot everything with some Rust-Oleum bed liner. Of course, I got to prime it and all that. You can see I took the rubber off. I've got a video on how to take the rubber off. There was no there's no video on that on YouTube. Right there is where my where the trailer plug goes. That just kind of snaps in. This one had a retainer clip holding it in, and I had to cut it to get it out because it's not removable. I have no idea how I'm going to put that back up. When I took the cover off, you can see I've got all these little holes. Those are for like retainers. Okay, some of them broke off, so I got some epoxy. I'm gonna go ahead and I don't even know if I'm gonna make a video on that, honestly. I got some epoxy. I'm gonna go ahead and my daughter's sitting there and she's armor-alling the top of it, and she's armor-alling this little step piece because it's actually two separate pieces. I was thinking I was gonna have to take this piece out to get to this hole, but I was able to get there. I don't have this bit. I don't want to go buy it. I'm cheap. I'm broke. So yeah, let me show you the other application that I used the Rust-Oleum for, or I'm sorry, the JB Weld for. I know I showed it in other videos. I never pointed it out. There was a hole right here, and it looked as though it looked as though something had pulled it out. So I smacked it down with the sledge. I wire wheeled it. You can see there's some exposed steel there. I just got done rinsing it with rubbing alcohol. I'm going to go ahead and shoot some primer on there, probably 2 coats of primer, and then I'm going to go ahead and put some more Rust-Oleum bed liner. And you can see, let's see, yeah, right here, you can see my my bed liner. I just kind of shoved that little piece that was popping up. I shoved it down and I hit that with like 5 coats of Rust-Oleum. So, we'll see how it turns out. But anyways, so yeah, this and the reason I'm going to go ahead and prime this and do all this tonight is I'm not going to be drilling a hole there. I tried taking this plate out because you can see right here the fleet that this truck used to belong to had it had these, let's just call them nutserts. Okay, throughout you can see there's a couple of them, and that's what these are actually threaded into. But when I put my impact on here and I try to loosen it, it just spins. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up underneath and get onto this with a pair of like vice grips or whatever. I'm going to have somebody on this side just use the impact. So anyways, yeah, that's it for now. Like I said, I've always got videos coming out. If this is something that you think could help you, if this is something you think someone else could use, they've got holes in their bumper. Now, let's go back to the bumper here. You can see I did this JB Weld does a fairly good job. I didn't sand it too well on this one. This one sanded pretty well. This one sanded pretty well. This one I could do a little more sanding on this, but since I'm going to be removing most of this material when I drill my hole, it's not a huge deal. So this is absolutely something you can do to do a repair, especially if you're not going to be drilling through the center of whatever you're working on. How's it going to drill out once I wait a day? I don't know, but this is something you can see. I mean, maybe you could fill it and then put some body filler on it, because there are pits in there. There are little pits and little holes and everything. So it's not perfect, even though I've sanded it down and it's really smooth. I sanded it with 220 grit. But that's something that you could use instead of, if you've got access, obviously, maybe to both sides. This wouldn't really be something that you could just slap it down and, wait and sand it down. Maybe. It also helped that I went through and I wire wheeled this surface on all four of these, and I wasn't able to wire wheel this, but I did wire wheel the underside of this. I did wire wheel that, okay. But when it comes to this one here, all I could do is get in there with the wire brush and just get it kind of good. So again, if this is something, and you don't have to use this on a steel bumper, I imagine you can use this on a body panel versus welding, because you weld, you get the metal hot, you warp it, there's always that fear. But this is something that you can do where you don't have to worry about warping it, and you can't shape it. So again, if this is something that you know of someone who's doing a project or who will be doing a project similar to this, go ahead and share the video with them. If you have any other comments or questions, feel free. And again, like I say in all my videos, I have all kinds of videos coming out. So if you want to know what my next video is, which I'm going to shoot a video right after this one, go ahead. It's a video on my tailgate assist. Go ahead and feel free to hit that subscribe button, and I guess I will catch you on the next video. Thank you. Goodbye.